We're headed into Easter weekend strong. Had a really good day today. Friday, April 18th is in the books and all said and done. Kind of a crazy day, a lot going on, but we got our work in for today. I'm going to jump to the title real quick. Started off a little differently than normal. It said active rest day. No gym for today. Too busy with other things going on and also just really sore, so I wanted to get a good rest day in. But without further ado, hello, my name is Ian. Welcome to the Transformation Series. This is the series where we just talk about my day-to-days, the workouts, what I'm eating, measurements, weigh-ins, everything here, there, everywhere, to cover what it looks like on this journey, everything I'm doing on a daily basis, so that you can get an insider scoop of what it takes to do a journey like this, or follow me along on the progress as we go. Almost down 50 pounds so far, just over 100 days locked on in. So yeah, like I said, today, active rest day. Still have friends in town, so no time to get to the gym this morning. I had other things going on. A couple meetings in the morning early on. Technically no work today, but I did have a couple meetings that I wanted to get in and had to squeeze into my schedule, so had those earlier on in the morning. And then after that, did a quick little outside walk / jog. Really nice day today. It was over 80 degrees at points, sunny, gorgeous, no complaints at all. So did that to kick off our day, took our shower, had a quick little breakfast, which were just some of the wings from last night, the glorified chicken nuggets, Buffalo Wild Wings, just air fried a couple of those up, had like 5 of them. So a good little protein boost to start the day off, nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy as per usual, just trying to get through the leftovers as we do have a lot of extra food sitting on in the fridge. So yeah, had a couple of those, and then we went out downtown, just walked around, shopped. The girls wanted to go check stuff out, so that was our plan for today. Ended up stopping at a couple places. They grabbed a couple drinks. I'm on a no drinking phase right now, so I just grabbed water throughout the day. Found a nice rooftop bar where we just played some games, sat in the sun, and soaked everything in with some drinks and, of course, my water. So that was pretty much most of the early afternoon of today, and then we got back, hung out for a little bit, ended up watching some stuff later. But before we did that, went out to dinner, had some Mexican for the night. For anybody who knows me, I love a Mexican meal. So do my friends that are in town, so we decided to go out for that. And obviously trying to play it a little bit calorie smart. Again, no drinks or anything of the sort. Trying to keep it a little low on the chips and salsa, and ended up getting my usual carnitas, which is just, it's a little fattier of a meat, but delicious nonetheless and higher in protein. So that was our goal, and that's what we got in for dinner tonight. Ended up coming back. We watched the first half of Lord of the Rings, episode 1. That is the, oh my gosh, my brain. Holy, give me a second. We're going to get there. The Fellowship of the Ring. I couldn't remember the word fellowship, but yeah, started the first half of that, extended edition, so over 2 hours into that. And then I had to run out to do my second workout of the night, did our walk / jog outside yet again at night, and it was beautiful out. Again, like 75, a little bit of wind. It's just the perfect weather to just go for a jog. And today was definitely a day where I noticed feeling lighter, and noticed, like, usually when I'm jogging, like my stomach and my chest, like there's a lot of fat there. There's, like, I got a big tummy and I got some man boobs. So running, like, you feel the bouncing, like the heaviness of yourself. And today I didn't feel that nearly as bad, which was super nice. Allowed me to do a little more running, and to make up for a little bit of not being in the gym, did a couple push-ups, some sit-ups, and a little squats in between some of the runs and some of the walks that we did in terms of laps. So making sure we're staying a little more active while we're out there. And then I ended up just sitting in the grass doing a little meditation, just clearing my head, because like I said, it was beautiful outside, and just getting in to take it all in, laying down in the grass, getting the fresh air, taking off my headphones and just sitting in silence, looking up at the stars. I don't know if that's just me, but that's a really good mental health booster for me. It relaxes me completely and lets me just enjoy the rest of my night. So yeah, that's pretty much where we ended off. I then came inside, streamed a little bit with a buddy, and we're closing out our night. I don't have my watch on. I just wanted to check my watch, and it's not on. It is currently 2:05 a.m. So looking to get this edited and shipped out sooner rather than later, because have some plans for the morning. Probably going to be out of here around 9:30 to go to some breakfast. The friends who are in town, their parents are coming to say hi, so get to see all them and just enjoy a nice little breakfast. So trying to stay on the healthier side of that, get some eggs in me, probably some eggs and bacon or something, nothing too, like none of the pancakes, none of the biscuits and gravy, as much as I'd love to have a biscuits and gravy right now. and just starting off our day nice and strong and happy, healthy as we move into that. Tomorrow, ideally getting back into the gym. Tomorrow will be our pull day, which I said was going to be today, but like I said, a little sore, so we're going to work on that tomorrow and get our dual workouts going back. Everything good and going back to normal is going to be the plan for that, and just enjoying the rest of the weekend. It's still Friday, well, technically Saturday for me, but like, this is recorded for Friday. Still have Saturday and Sunday to wrap things up. And then next week, got a lot of work to do as we have a lot coming up ahead of us. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for today. In general, though, just going back to the topic of mental health, I don't like social media. I solely despise it right now. I feel like there's just so much negativity. I feel like it's such a bad place for me to be mentally. Like, my job is a lot related to social media, but I tend to find myself outside of work, even just going over to social media and scrolling, and just like wasting my time. And I feel like that's bad. And I feel like I need to change that in my life. And it's definitely something I'm noticing on a day-to-day basis. So trying to make active change towards that, while it can be tough, is something I'm targeting, because I feel like, especially with the weather getting nicer, the more time I can be outside and enjoying the weather and enjoying spending time with friends and just living life, I guess, is a good way to put it. We want to do a camping trip, we want to do a beach trip, stuff like that. So making sure that we have time for that, and that I'm feeling good for that, and obviously getting into the gym as much as possible, getting our workouts in and staying happy and healthy while we're doing that, 'cause it's going to be a busy, busy summer. So yeah, focusing on just making sure my mental health is good going into things, because things can get overwhelming, and I don't want to be overwhelmed and stressed. I want to be loose and happy. So that's going to be the plan for that. And yeah, overall, that's just the goal. This has been a stressful past couple weeks for me, especially with tax season. I learned that I didn't get any of the state tax taken out of my paychecks throughout the last year, so hit a bit of a bump in terms of taxes and personal finances, which then increases my stress, which means I'm getting a little out of whack. And that's why maybe a couple videos were a little later than usual, or if I wasn't able to do exactly what I wanted to in a day, if I ate slightly unhealthier than I could have, even though we're not pushing it by any means. Just trying to find the balance right now is definitely the goal, and hoping that the weather is nice so we can do that in a way. Like, I don't know, being outside just helps me a lot, and spending time with friends, which I have back-to-back weekends for, which is going to be great. Honestly, back-to-back-to-back. The next 3 weekends I'm going to be out spending time with friends and hanging out and doing fun stuff and doing events. And then I even think the weekend after might have something. So it might be a back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back. It might just build on. The snowball effect. I'm reading Dave Ramsey's Money Makeover book right now, because I'm trying to get better with my finances and get out of debt. And definitely something that's talked about as a snowball effect. And I feel like I've been relating that a lot to my personal goals, is trying to find a way to snowball it, because it is the easiest way. Once you get momentum started and building, you're chilling. Like, you're gonna have that. And doing that with your mental health, physical health. Like, I feel like going into the gym, when I wake up and eat one healthy thing, like, it just starts snowballing. I make my bed, I'm more productive. I fold my laundry, I get ready for school, I clean a little bit, I make food. Like, whatever I'm doing, just build, 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 and just keep rolling down the hill, which is definitely something that covers a lot of aspects in life, is something that I'm finding out. Probably a little later than I would have loved to. So trying to figure out how to take things and make it into little snowball steps, I guess, is the plan. And hopefully we get to make a Frosty the Snowman soon with the Pillars of Life. I don't know if that made any sense, but I just kind of spat it out. So yeah, that is pretty much where we're going to chill and where we're going to stop for today. I did a little of jibber jabber that was a little unnecessary, but like I said, this video series is for me to talk about what's going on the day-to-day and how I'm feeling, so you get that inside look and you don't see the positives every 2 seconds. You see a little bit of the negative and the little sprinkles of annoyances and stress and anxiety that can come in throughout the days. So yeah, like I said, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the support on the recent videos. The comments, the interactions have always been great with all of you. I do appreciate it. We're closing in on 200 subs. That's crazy. Not what I thought when I initially started this. So thank you so much. Trying to produce some better content over the summer. We'll see what we can do with all that. But as always, make a better version of yourself. Be better for tomorrow. Be a better version of yourself. Do steps between today and tomorrow that are made tomorrow you happy with what you've done up to that point. Do the laundry, do the dishes, clean your room, brush your teeth, get that haircut, shave if you need to, whatever it may be, and that you're kind of pushing off. Just make sure you take that extra step so tomorrow you can jump into the day, start building that snowball, and really have a good one. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.